at Atlex International Convention Center. That's where it's all happening. Excellent speakers, thrilling entertainment, sumptuous food, fun, frolic, and fellowship. Come in large numbers. It's your conference. Looking forward to register at the earliest. See you all at Symphony 2021 at Adlex International Convention Center from 12th February to 14th February 2021. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Joshi. I wish you all the best, and you can be rest assured that you have all of our support, and we will make this Symphony Plus a symphony to remember. My dear friends in Rotary, you are watching Dynamix Plus, the District Officers Training Seminar for this year. And we are coming to you live from Kuttikalam. After these pleasantries have gotten over, we are now ready to step into the main event. Dynamix Plus will roll on as we get set to welcome our guests. May I request the chair of the District Officers Training Seminar, Dr. Elias Thomas, to please perform the honors. Over to Elias.
District Governor of District 3201, Rotary R. Madhavachandran, District Governor Designate Rotary Jose Chaco, Rotary Jennifer Johns, TRF Trustee, Rotary International Vice President, Rotary Inga Babalola, Trainer and past District Governor, Rotary Advocate Baby Joseph, distinguished personalities, and dear friends in Rotary. Former President of United States, Abraham Lincoln, said, "The best way to predict the future is to create it." Let me extend a very hearty welcome to each and every one of you to this mandatory and indispensable District Officers Training Seminar, Dynamix Plus DOTS 2020 to RI District 3201, hosted by Rotary Club of Muatipura, Patambi, and Angamali Greater. The program that aims at creating leaders for tomorrow. Rotary International is the premier service organization of the world, uniting more than 1.2 million people spread over 35,000 clubs across the globe, aiming at the coming together of professional as well as business magnates to provide humanitarian service and promote peace and goodwill around the world. Today, as you all know, we are crossing through one of the most agonizing and turbulent times of the century, COVID-19, due to which we are unable to gather together and foster our friendship and fellowship that are our fundamental ideals, which leads to service to the community. Since we do not have any other option to safeguard ours and the society's health, we are forced to abide by the rules and regulations laid down by the government and health department. Still, we haven't left no stones unturned today to meet together virtually for the wonderful program. I do sincerely hope and pray, and from the bottom of my heart, that these testing times will soon come to an end and we will be able to enjoy each other's company and work together in Rotary. Now let me come to my duty. I take this opportunity to welcome our dynamic district governor, R. Madhav Chandran. He is a true Rotarian who works round the clock in Rotary and creates vibrations throughout the district. His partner Sujata Madhav is along with him in every Rotary activities too. Welcome, Madam, too. Rotary International Trustee and also former RI Vice President, Rotarian Jennifer Johns is joining us today from the other part of the world. And with the utmost pleasure, let us welcome Jennifer Johns. She will be delivering the keynote address. Next, I welcome Rotary International Vice President, Inga Babalola. He's the guest of honor to this event. He is also joining us from the other part of the continent. The meticulous district governor-elect, Josh Chaco, he is eagerly waiting to accept the post along with his enthusiastic team. Let us cordially welcome you, sir, and his gracious son, Rosemary, to this beautiful function. We have with us the awesome presence of the competent district governor-elect, Rajshekharan. Hearty welcome to you, sir. The ever-smiling and friendly distinguished district governor nominee, Raj Mohan, with a great deal of love and pleasure, we welcome you to this solemn occasion. We are indeed honored by the imposing the presence of the renowned and acclaimed trainer, past district governor, Baby Joseph. He's the first district governor from Muatibara region. A warm welcome to you, sir. He was behind hosting of many innovative events in our region in a spectacular way. With a great love, I welcome past district governor, Rotarian Sunil Sakaria. He was the governor when I was the president of Rotary Club of Muatibara in 1999. And he inspired me lots during my presidentship tenure. And now he also has guided me to organize this event. Past district governors are always a source of motivation and inspiration to all of us. And they are the one who molded and nurtured this organization to this stature. I place here on record the celebrated achievements of all past district governors. Rotarian Jagadishan P, Rotarian Venugopal C. Govind, Rotarian B.R. Ajit, Rotarian Devi Shankar, Rotarian Pradap Gogol Das, Rotarian K. Kuriachan, Rotarian K.C. Philip, Rotarian K.S. Pillai, Rotarian Babu Joseph, Rotarian Captain Matthews, Rotarian Chartered Accountant B. Jayarajan, Rotarian V. Rajkumar, Rotarian K. Ajay Kumar, Rotarian Venugopal C. Menon, who is from my own club, Rotary Club of Muatibara. Rotarian Kamalesh V. Rekeja, Rotarian Dr. Prakash Chandran, Rotarian Vinod Krishnankuti, and Dr. A.V. Padi. With the love and pleasure, I extend an earnest welcome to all of you. Now I welcome the current and incoming team, assistant governors, GGRs, presidents, secretaries, and all the district officials. This event is specially crafted and dedicated for you. As it is a virtual meeting, everyone can log in from every nook and corner of the world. And I welcome all the participants. I'm sure that the 5-band sessions will definitely motivate and propel you forward the coming year and help you achieve great accolades in the Rotary ladder. I conclude by once again quoting the famous words of Abraham Lincoln. Give me 6 hours to chop down a tree, and I will spend the first 4 hours sharpening the axe. So, gentlemen, in Rotary, please feel free to sharpen your Rotary axe to do the extreme best in the coming years. Thank you, dear friends in Rotary. Thank you. Jai Hind, Jai Rotary.
Well, that was the chairman of the organizing committee for DOTS, Dr. Elias, speaking to you and welcoming you all. Before we go on to the next segment, a brief announcement. In the interest of maintaining the bandwidth, we probably may have to cut off a few videos. Please bear with us. It is not intentional. It is only to ensure that whatever we are beaming here from here at Kutikanam comes across to you very clearly. Well, my dear friends in Rotary, we move on to the official segment. And as we get set to lend our ears to the 2 dynamic, motivational, great RI leaders who are with us this evening, let us all start by paying respect and obeisance to past RI President, Sir Clement William Bailey Renouf, who left us for his heavenly abode a few days ago. May I request DGN Rajshekhar to please lead us in this obituary.
District Governor Madhav Chandran, District Governor-elect Jose Chaco, Rotary International Vice President Inka Babalola, TRF Trustee and past Rotary International Vice President Jennifer Jones, District Trainer Baby Joseph, other senior leaders, incoming district officers, Rotarians, a very good evening to you all. 2 days back, we lost past Rotary International President Sir Clement Renouf. He was 99 years old. While we mourn his passing, it is only appropriate that we reflect back and celebrate the exemplary life that he lived. His achievements as a human being and as a Rotarian are indeed extraordinary, to say the least. He seems to have been destined for greatness in Rotary. He shared his birthday, April 21, with our founder, Paul Harris. He also shared his ideals and outlook in life. Small of stature, soft of voice, quiet of manner, gentle of disposition, a benign but youthful appearance, the impish sense of fun and strong will. That was Sir Clement Renouf for you. He joined Rotary under the classification of accounting services as the Charter Secretary of Nampur Rotary Club in 1949 and served as its president in 1954-55. After being actively involved in many programs of his club and district and enjoying every Rotary task to which he was called to, he was the unanimous choice as the district governor in the year 1965-66. Clem was elected a director of the Rotary International for the year 1970-72 and later served as the chairman of the World Community Service Committee during 1972 Committee in 1976-77. He was elected to serve as a Rotary International President in 1978-79. In the Tokyo Convention of 1978, as a Rotary President-elect, Clem Runoff announced a new grant program to improve the health, alleviate hunger, and enhance human and social development. This was indeed a defining moment for Rotary and Rotarians all over the world. Members would henceforth use health, hunger, and humanity grants, popularly still known as the 3H grants, to create access to clean drinking water, support literary programs, provide medical care, and more, setting the stage for today's global grants. This was the bedrock of the polio eradication program, which was soon to follow. For his outstanding services to community through the 3H program and the polio eradication program, Clem Runoff was appointed a member of the Order of Australia in 1979, was knighted in 1988, and was awarded the prestigious Australia Centenary Medal in 2001. Let me conclude this remembrance of a truly great Rotarian with his own words, which I am sure will resonate with us Rotarians in these times of COVID pandemic and racial tensions. I quote, "Rotary has a capacity to change attitudes and break down prejudices by providing opportunities to exchange points of view not previously appreciated," unquote. Now, let me pray to the Almighty that this noble soul may rest in peace. Thank you.
Thank you, Governor nominee Rajshekhar. As we pray for the departed soul, may his soul rest in peace. As we approach the end of the Rotary year, transitioning from one year to another, transitioning from Rotary connects the world to Rotary opens opportunities. All of us in District 3201 take great pride in the leadership provided by our beloved Governor R. Madhav Chandra. He has been dynamic, he has been innovative, and he has been a great source of inspiration and motivation. May I request our Governor for his opening remarks.
A very good evening to each one of you. I have great pleasure in calling this Dynamix Plus Dots 2020 to order. A very good evening, Chair of this event, Rotarian Dr. Elias Thomas, District Governor-elect, Rotarian Jose Chaco, District Trainer, current and future, PDG Baby Joseph, the dignitaries who are awaited any moment to join us, Madam Jennifer Jones, the Trustee of TRF, Inga Babalola, the RI Vice President, Vice Chair of this event, Dr. Balasubramaniam, DGN rather, and if I call it from the 2020 aspect, DGN Rajashekhar and DGND Rajmohan Nair, other past district governors who have assembled here, all current and incoming leaders, friends, a very good evening once again. One more momentous event after the pets with Holger Knack, now unveils, and online dots, Dynamix Plus. Very different situation that we are into, as all the speakers have been talking about. We are quite used to the frequent and the regular contact and connect. That is a prime moving force for Rotary. Here we have been told not to get together, keep distance, and avoid all gatherings, and we are expected to do Rotary. The trauma and tension of COVID-19 spreading as a pandemic like wildfire on one side, and not being able to go to those who are affected as we normally do and help them in whatever ways we can on the other side. While all of us are continuing and will continue to focus our activities on how to supplement the government measures in containing this pandemic to whatever extent possible as we've done this far, these kind of events are also very important for us, the training part of it when you have a transition as Ranger GN was talking about. Well, using technology, we did a hugely successful PETS, I would say. When we had none other than the RI President-elect himself addressing us with all the dignitaries coming in online, half physical and half online. Our district, I must say, has now mastered this art of online technology on how to resolve the connect issue. Using Zoom and other online platforms, we have completed 65 online GOVs till now and almost completed that. In fact, today evening, I'll have the last GOV of the year. And now DGE is successfully doing all the training programs. In addition to what we had, the last one was AGTS when we had a physical meeting, luckily. So almost all of them will be done online. Well, coming to those dots, I must congratulate each one of you for being part of a historic event, because it's the first time ever we are again conducting our dots on an online platform. Congratulations for being chosen by the incoming leader, Jose Chaco, for serving the district continuously, because you are all the senior leaders. In fact, the cream of the leadership of our district is now assembled here. The 550 plus leaders who are sitting here are the ones who actually carry all the tasks and responsibilities of our district over the years, at least in the recent past, as well as those senior veterans who have been doing it for years together. Coming to dots, let me tell you that this is a very important training program, because you are the people who are really going to translate the vision of the incoming leader, Jose, into the clubs as far as activities are concerned. You have various avenues which the leader has already defined. You have to understand it one by one, thoroughly understand it. Whether you have any doubts, any clarifications, any contradictions, all have to be done within this team. And then once you go out, you talk one language of your governor. That is exactly what DOTS is all about. But having said that, let me tell you, it is not about the hierarchical positions or hierarchical leadership, which you call regional, zonal, district, or whatever leadership, which we name it as a nomenclature. It is all about expanding the scope of our network of friendship, as far as networking is concerned, and the scope and the size of the projects as far as service is concerned. Those who have been doing club projects as club leaders till yesterday, you have a chance to go out and mingle with the district leaders and even the regional and zonal leaders and other club leaders to understand how best and how better they are doing projects. Those who have been there doing some regional projects, and when they are going into the zonal or the district level, you have got a wider scope of network where you mix with more leaders, more clubs, understand and make more friends. The projects which we used to do in a very smaller scale in a club will become huge, and the size of the project as well as the cost and the relevance of the project become bigger when you get into the district level. That is how you look at it, irrespective of whether you're positioned as a district chairman or a zonal chairman or regional chairman or whatever nomenclature you've got. Please take it as a position, as an opportunity. The opportunity to mingle with more leaders, opportunity to learn more things without having the teaching experience of, in any classroom, and more chances, more opportunities to widen the scope of the service activities which you are so keen to do. That is how this year will turn out to be, when you take it in the right spirit and learn the right things, what the trainer, PDG Baby Joseph, and the governor, Jose Chaco, are going to translate that into action through you. I wish you all good luck. Let us all take these opportunities with both hands, and let us understand how well we can, as individuals, become more productive and more effective in the Rotary service of service above self. Let us all look forward to those wise words of the two dignitaries, luminaries from the international world. These are all pluses of COVID. When we are getting such people to talk to us in our dots itself is a blessing. So let us look at the positives of COVID. We are all waiting for these clouds to move off and looking forward to a great future for all of us. I'm sure we'll all hold hands together and overcome this pandemic as well as this catastrophe, which is actually affecting all of us in the world. And we will come out of it with flying colors. And may I wish all of you, the incoming leaders, the current leaders, and the incoming leader, DG Jose Chaco, the very best, so that we can all stand together and overcome this dark clouds and come with flying colors and take our district to greater heights. All the very best, and God bless you. Thank you so much.
Much, beloved Governor, for those inspirational words. Um, we are now 574 or 75 who've logged in a record of sorts for DOTS, and we've just been joined by Madam Jennifer Jones, who's joined us all the way from Canada, and she will be introduced very shortly before her address. We move on now into the next segment. We can never get tired of seeing this ever smiling face of our trainer, PDG Baby Joseph. That is one incumbent who is not going to change this year. Like a true teacher, his gentle demeanor is laced with a sense of dominance and determination, and sometimes a little bit of sternness too. Our trainer for this year, PDG Baby Joseph, may I invite him for his comments, please?
And thank you, Dr. GN, for the nice words. Friends, respected Governor, beloved Governor-elect, all of the district officers, galaxy of past district governors, and esteemed friends. Really honored to be here along with you on the occasion of this district officers training seminar happening here. At the outset, I must congratulate each one of you for having been chosen by the Rotary leadership, both this year as well as the next year, to serve in various capacities of the district. And it must be my honor to congratulate each one of you for having taken up the responsibilities for the cause of Rotary, which we will be together working out in the year to come. Dynamix Plus is the coinage for district officers training seminar. I may say that Governor-elect Jose Chaco has chosen each one of you for the dynamism you have displayed in the Rotary activities, which is continuing. As far as the training programs are concerned, we are trying to present you in the virtual platform. Rotary opens opportunities is the theme for the coming year. President-elect Holger Knack has given the beautiful theme to be addressed by the Rotarians all over the world. That's why we are here in the virtual platform today, because we have been avoided on an on-site meeting because of the current situations of the COVID-19 world over. But when that issue has confronted us, a number of opportunities have been opened. And this virtual platform is one of the opportunities for that. When we think about the activities happening at the club level, we see that an array of activities are happening all throughout the 145 and odd member clubs in our district and all the Rotary clubs all over the world. As far as the training programs of our district are concerned, we could conduct the pre-pets and grant management seminar as well as the AGTS program on site. Thereafter, we were confronted with this issue and we have to go for the online platform. We could successfully complete the PETS as an orientation program for the incoming presidents and secretaries, which was, we had a grand finale in President-elect Holger Knack himself coming and addressing all of you. It happens because of the platform which we have chosen as the online one. Today, we are fortunate to have serving trustee Jennifer Jones. She is a past RI Vice President, and also Inka Babula, who is also addressing us, who is the current Vice President of Rotary International. Both these world leaders were able to join us on this occasion because of this opportunity that is opened for us. And friends, it must be the result of the dynamism which the organization is displaying on on various fronts. These VIPs, we are sure, will add color and fragrance to the organization, and that is the beauty of Rotary when we are converged here. The organizers, under the leadership of Dr. Elias Thomas and Aji Jose and Dr. Balasubramaniam, has made elaborate arrangements in order to present this from this platform, which they have specially designed and set apart in the mountain hills of Kutikanam in the Idiki district from the famous Marine College studio here. Congratulations to the organizers, and of course, beloved Governor-elect Governor Matho has spoken about what Rotary is in its continuity process. And it's a turn of Governor-elect Jose Chaco to take it forward, for which he has beautifully designed the YES concept, the youth, environment, and shelter programs, which will be adding flavor to all the activities of Rotary. And it must be our endeavor together for all the district offices, for all the incoming offices at the various levels, to see that the programs and projects of Rotary is addressed effectively and fruitfully. And let this be our commitment to learn and surge ahead. Wish you all the best. We have tried our level best to you to present a unique district offices training seminar in Dynamix. And thank you very much. Wish you all the best. Thank you, Gian. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. That was indeed quite crisp. Well, Trainer mentioned about us being joined by Madam Jennifer Jones, who's the TRF trustee. On behalf of all of us in the district, I would like to place on record the formal welcome to Madam Jennifer. I hope you enjoy the rest of the program with us. We now quickly slip into a short interlude, and this interlude is a dance performed exclusively for Dynamix Plus by Annette Arati Verma of RC Cochin Midtown. Arati was among the finalists of a dance contest organized by a leading group in Kerala. Today, she'll be performing for us a Tillana. A Tillana is a rhythmic piece of Carnatic music that is widely used in classical Indian dance performances. It uses tala-like phrases in the Pallavi and Anupallavi, with the lyrics in the Charanam. Watch Arati perform a Tillana set to Ragam Mohana Kalyani, an attempt to combine styles of Bharatanatyam, Kuchipudi, and semi-classical style. My dear friends in Rotary, sit back, relax, and enjoy this wonderful dance.
मुनिजनानन्दं सुन्दरमोहनरूपं वन्दित मुनिजनानन्दं सन्ततं वैकान्तं चिन्तये गुरुवरं स्कन्दं सन्ततं वैकान्तं चिन्तये गुरुवरं स्कन्दम्
Well, they say it needs someone to motivate us. It needs something very special to inspire us. Be the plus is Governor-elect's mantra for us. I request Governor-elect Jose Chaco to fire us and charge us with his remarks on Be the Plus.
Greetings from District Secretariat and Conference Committee, Symphony Plus, our district conference for the year 2020-21. Myself, Rotary Joshi Chaco, as Conference Chair, Symphony Plus, wish you all a wonderful and fruitful year 2020-21. As in every year, the district conference is the most important event in the records of the Rotary year. Governor-elect Rotary Jose Chaco is very particular that it should be a conference to remember, to fulfill his wish and to
Earlier this week, we lost past president of Rotary International, Sir Clem Renouf. Permit me to borrow his immortal words. Rotary takes ordinary men and women and gives them extraordinary opportunities to do more with their lives than they ever dreamed possible. Governor Madhav Chandran, keynote speaker Jennifer Jones, Rotary International Vice President Inga Babalola, District Trainer, past District Governor Baby Joseph, most respected Council of Governors, District General Secretary E.M. Varghese, District Directors, Assistant Governors, District Officials, GGRs, Presidents, Secretaries, District Secretariat members, and ladies and gentlemen. Good evening and welcome each one of you to District Offices Training Seminar, Dynamix Plus. It's a great honor to be with you on this fine evening on the occasion of District Officers Training Seminar, Dynamix Plus. As the name Dynamix rightly indicates, this seminar will definitely help the incoming district officials to set the tone to move forward or stimulate growth in the coming year 2020-21. I am extremely delighted that two Rotary International world leaders are addressing us today. Rotary Foundation trustee and past Rotary International Vice President, Rotarian Jennifer Jones, and Rotary International Vice President, Rotarian Inga Babalola are addressing us today. I had the good fortune to hear Trustee Jennifer during the International Assembly at San Diego, USA in the month of January. It was highly inspiring and motivational address. A true Rotarian to core, she was instrumental in projects related to eradicating disease, provides clean water and sanitation in developing areas of the world. Friends, please put your hands and welcome Jennifer Jones to our district 3201. We have also here with us Rotary International Vice President Inga Babalola from Nigeria. He is a former Rotaractor and is a great proponent of youth power. On behalf of the entire Rotarians of District 3201, let me also welcome Rotarian Inga Babalola to our district. Let me also congratulate DOT's team under the leadership of Dr. Elias Thomas, Dr. Balasubramaniam, Rotarian Naiju Puducherry, and Rotarian Aji Jose for taking up the challenge to organize this event in a different and unique way. No doubt, this event will be a good learning experience and an amazing visual treat as well. I wish also to congratulate and thank the technical support extended by Reverend Father Sobi Kanalil, Coordinator, and Professor Sampson, Dean of Marian College of Kuttikanam, for their tireless efforts in making program happen today. Dear district officials, at the outset, let me congratulate each one of you being selected as the district chair, district coordinator, and zonal chairs. You have been specially selected considering your valuable contribution to Rotary and community. The success of our organization depends how many Rotarians you inspire, how many lives those Rotarians go on to change, depends on your enthusiasm, your openness to new ideas. Our district 3201, one of the outstanding districts in India, be it projects, membership, or contribution to foundation. We have a rich legacy created by our predecessors, and we need to take it forward. I am confident with your deep knowledge and experience, we can take our district to even better heights in the coming year, 2021. Under the district leadership structure, for each avenue of service, we have district chairs, district coordinators to oversee the activities at district level, and zone chairs to coordinate the activities at zonal level. For activities under each avenue, presidents and secretaries are expected to coordinate, with GGRs and AGs, and AGs are expected to coordinate with district coordinators, district chairs, and district directors, and finally to report to the district governor. Friends, we are very close to Rotary year 2021. Hardly 2 weeks away. All these days, we were planning the activities for the coming year. Now it is a time to start our actions. As district officials, you have a very important role to play in the coming year. We have envisioned many projects under the tagline S. Our focus areas are youth, environment, and shelter. Under the youth, we can have projects like smart classrooms, computer tab, drug abuse prevention projects, career guidance, and talent promotion programs. Now in the current scenario, due to COVID-19, schools and colleges are closed and the educational institutions are promoting online classes. You may consider providing tabs or smartphones if there is a requirement from your near area. Under the environment, we have suggested various activities like water management projects, waste management programs, tree planting, solar power projects, etc. Regarding shelter, we aim to provide 1,000 living conditions, which includes construction of 200 new houses, renovation of 400 houses, and enhancing living conditions of another 400 houses. Rotary Club of Cochin City is laying the foundation stone for 3 houses in Chelanam near Cochin on 1st of July, which marks the district level inauguration of the shelter project. Similarly, Rotary Club of Cochin has come up with a project to provide 75 toilets in Perimbadam near Alapi, thereby enhancing the living condition of 75 houses. And by doing this project, the panchayat will become 100% ODF. Friends, we have also decided to observe July 1st as the S Day. We have decided to launch the project by name Pedal to School by distributing 3,000 bicycles on 1st of July. A project which is in line with youth, environment, and health preventive. This project will also encourage the students to avoid public transport facilities and to follow social distancing, especially in the current scenario due to COVID. Under the Rotary India mission, we have 8 verticals, namely water, sanitation, literacy, health preventive, health curative, environment, disaster management, and CSR. We also need to work seriously for membership growth. Our target is to add 700 members. We also need to add women and young members. We need to have a partnership with Rotaractors. And about Rotary Foundation, we have already set a benchmark of $1 million, and we need to surpass the benchmark of 1 million in the coming year, 2021. Friends, I do not wish to go into the details of targets. We have already detailed the targets in the DOTS manual. Each committee has its own role in the district team, but they all share these responsibilities. Work with the governor, governor-elect, governor nominee, district directors, assistant governors, and with the district team to achieve the district goals. Promote and attend district training meetings and the district conference. Strengthen the clubs by providing support and guidance to club leaders. Send club leaders information you receive from Rotary staff, Rotary committees, and the district and regional leaders. Share club success stories, challenges, innovative ideas, and feedback with the district team, regional leaders, and Rotary district headquarters. Dear leaders, you are an integral member of the district leadership team. Members of the team are chosen for their leadership experience with the Rotary and their profession. Work with the fellow team members before and during the term to develop and reach the district goals set. I do not want to go into the details of the roles and responsibilities. We have detailed the roles and responsibilities in the DOTS training manual. Congratulations to the editorial board under the leadership of past district governor Baby Joseph, Dr. Mani Raghavan, and Dr. Major General P. Vivekanandan for their great effort in compiling the DOTS manual. Before I conclude, let me thank district training team under the guidance of past district governor Baby Joseph and district secretariat team under the leadership of Rotarian E.M. Varghese for all support and guidance. I wish to congratulate Governor Madhav Chandran and the entire Council of Governors for their guidance. Let me also thank DOTS Chair, Dr. Elias, and his team for organizing this event in a unique and different manner. Friends, please care to do something extra or try to do something plus. And be the plus is the motivation to go an extra mile collectively and by each one of us in pursuit of service and excellence. Let us work shoulder to shoulder and hand to hand. Before I conclude, let me quote our Rotary International President-elect, Holger Nack. Rotary is not just a club that you join. It is an invitation to endless opportunities, and it opens opportunities for you to live a richer, more meaningful life with friends around the world based on our core values. Everything we do opens another opportunity for someone, somewhere. Wish you all success and Godspeed. Thank you and have a great evening. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Governor-elect Jose Chaco. You can be rest assured that the entire district will make sure that Be the Plus, Be the Yes is a huge success in the coming Rotary year. May I also bring to your notice that the DOTS manual will be released very soon, and it will be done in due course of time. Well, now the stage is set, the lights are on, the camera set to roll. The first of our international guests is ready to address us this evening. Our keynote speaker, Rotarian Jennifer Jones, TRF trustee. May I request past District Governor Vinod Krishnakutty to introduce the guest speaker. This will be followed by the national anthem of Canada, and then our guest speaker will address us. Over to Vinod Krishnakutty.
Friends, we have amidst us an eminent Rotarian, Jennifer Jones, who will enlighten us on the finer nuances of Rotary. Jennifer Jones is the president of Media Street Productions Incorporated, an award-winning television production and post-production company in Windsor, Ontario, Canada. Media Street is proud to be recognized as a caring corporate citizen and was named Company of the Year by the Windsor and District Chamber of Commerce, as well as receiving numerous international awards. Working alongside political luminaries, royal figures, celebrities, and global leaders, she has used her voice to raise awareness and hundreds of millions of dollars to eradicate disease, support peace efforts, and provide clean water and sanitation in developing areas of the world. Jennifer is currently serving as the trustee of the Rotary Foundation, and she's a co-chair of the End Polio Now, Make History Today campaign, raising funds alongside Bill and Melinda Gates and their foundation. She is a leader cultivating experiential fundraising opportunities, such as Rotary's Polio Golf Day with Jack Nicklaus in Jupiter, Florida, USA, which raised over $5.25 million for polio eradication in one day. Whether she is speaking in a nation's capital, exchanging ideas with CEOs, or talking with school children, her skill as a professional broadcaster and expert storyteller motivates others to take action. Jennifer's message of hope and inspiration have touched countless people on 6 continents. Jennifer also contributes much of her energy to local organizations. She is the past chair of the Board of Governors at the University of Windsor and the past chair of the Board of Directors at the Windsor Essex Regional Chamber of Commerce. She has been recognized with many awards and recognitions, including Rotary Service Above Self Award and the Citation for Meritorious Service, the YMCA Peace Medallion, the Queen's Diamond Jubilee Medal, and Wayne's State University's Peacemaker of the Year Award, a first for a Canadian. Jennifer is happily married to Nick Krajasic, a local family physician. They share a love for many things, including travel, cycling, golf, and relaxing at their family cottage. They share a thirst for adventure and reach the summit of Mount Kilimanjaro in Tanzania, Africa. Friends, on behalf of each one of us, I welcome trustee of the Rotary Foundation, Rotarian Jennifer Jones, on stage to deliver the keynote address.
Thank you so much. Vinod, thank you so much for the lovely introduction, and good evening to everyone. Specifically, I want to give a shout out to Governor Madhav, and obviously to Governor-elect Jose for including me in your district training session tonight. It is tonight for you. It is good morning for me. And it's just about 8 o'clock a.m. here in Windsor, Ontario, Canada. And it is such a treat to be able to spend the next half hour of time with you. And for the first little bit, I have some comments and some reflections to share. And then I know that to lead us in a little bit of a question and an answer period. And so I'd love to get to that as quickly as possible, because I'd love to hear what questions you might have, whether it's about the Rotary Foundation, whether it's about Rotary International, whether they're personal questions. I'd be glad to take your questions and look forward to it. So first and foremost, thank you to all of you for being on the call and for being leaders in our organization. And, you know, this meeting, I got to tell you, I love whoever is the tech responsible for all of the bells and whistles here, the virtual stage setting that you had set up. That is so awesome. And I think that, you know, Baby Joseph, when he was talking in the beginning about setting he added the color and the fragrance of the year of the meeting. And you know, those were words that kind of resonated with me, because I've spent a lot of time in your beautiful country. And when I think about the color and the fragrance, it speaks to me about the rich heritage and the beautiful culture that you all exude. And, you know, wasn't Annette wonderful, her dance, adding that level, again, of cultural perspective to what it is that your country brings forward. I can't be there with you in person, but isn't it wonderful that we have this technology platform where we're all able to get together and be able to share our thoughts and ideas? You know, it's a very interesting time, obviously, has been mentioned in our world. And at a time when we've been asked to physically disconnect, that we are more connected possibly as Rotarians right now than we ever have been. I mean, for example, I didn't have to get on a plane this morning or yesterday to come to your district assembly. You didn't have to get in a car and travel for an hour or two across a city to get to where your meeting location was through intense traffic. You know, we've got this ability now with this virtual platform to truly connect. And, you know, our current president, Rotary International President Mark Maloney, I don't think he could have ever envisioned that his theme of Rotary Connects the World would mean what it means today. And today, it certainly resonates more powerfully than ever. And so, you know, COVID has been a challenge, and there's been a lot of grief and misery that has surrounded it. And certainly, as was mentioned, you know, every single person in our world has been touched by this. In every country. And, you know, it's something that is, you know, a uniting factor right now for all of us, because we've all had to face insecurity and fear, and in some cases, the loss of people that we love. And that is it's a very challenging time, obviously, for all of us to be in this situation. But one of the things that, you know, I think we've all started to reflect upon is that even in the worst of times, we are seeing some of the best of humanity. And we're seeing the best of humanity through the actions of Rotarians. And, you know, as soon as lockdown went into effect in your country and in mine, Rotarians, even though we weren't permitted to leave our homes or to associate physically with each other, we went to work really quickly, within hours, within minutes, within days, to make sure that we were finding the resources that our countries needed. So worldwide, we needed PPE, we needed ventilators for many of our medical facilities. Food scarcity very quickly became an issue, not only in I know that in my own country, my sister-in-law is the charter president of a Rotary club that started last year, and they've been running their food bank in a relatively affluent community. But even there is a great need. And so, you know, it's challenging. And, you know, while we've gone through many levels of the physical aspect of this COVID disease, we do know that the economic impact is really not quite yet been fulfilled. And so I think in the weeks and the months to come, our role as Rotarians is going to amplify. Our leadership is needed more profoundly now than ever. And I love that District Governor-elect Jose is asking you to be the plus and to be the yes. The yes is going to become profound over the next 12 months as you start to unveil the programs that you do that are surrounded with youth, in particular the environment, and I'll speak about that in a second, and obviously with low-cost shelters. These are things that are very critically important to our globe, to our organization, and to mankind. The environment is something that we as an organization are taking a very, very deep look at right now in how to incorporate it more meaningfully into what it is that we do. And so back in February, there was a task force that was assembled of about 6 or 7 of us, and to look at the environment and whether we, in terms of increasing our presence in the environment platform, whether we remain with our 6 areas of focus and make them more robust with more application toward the environment, or whether we create a new area of focus for the environment alone. And that's a discussion with a recommendation that's going forward to the trustees this very week. I believe it's on our agenda for this upcoming Wednesday. So stay tuned. There will be news to come out of the trustee meeting with regard to the environment. And I suspect that it will strengthen the be the yes in a very strong way. So as I mentioned, President Mark really wouldn't have ever guessed that connecting the world, Rotary Connects the World, would be so much more meaningful than what he probably thought in the very beginning. And likewise, for those of you now who are on this call, who are going to step into the presidency of your Rotary clubs on July 1, Rotary Opens Opportunities, President-elect Holger Knak's theme, again, has more meaning today than it did probably when he selected those words. The opportunities that are in front of us are boundless. And the opportunities right now, quite candidly, are part of the change, the be the change and the be the plus. Some of these opportunities are things where we need to get more creative. We need to think differently. And so I think that coming out of the pandemic, one of the things that I think we need to look at is how do we look at things differently? Because we have to. We have to look at things a little bit differently. What have we learned? How are we going to, this pandemic pause button that we've had? How do we come out of this? And, I think for Rotary clubs, and I'm speaking directly now to the leadership of your clubs, this is a time for us to, we talk about change in our organization and having the ultimate flexibility to do Rotary in a way that is relevant and meaningful for our clubs. So how do we do that right now? We talk about change, but how do we do it right now? Because we've kind of got this opportunity in front of us where things are so dramatically different that change has been thrust upon us. And how we respond is quite candidly, I think, the future for our organization. We've wanted clubs to get into a digital platform for many years, but I don't think that this would have happened had we not been faced with this. I think we would have been reticent. Yes, it's important for us to be able to meet face to face and shoulder to shoulder, but sometimes meetings like this are extraordinarily a good use of our resource. As I mentioned before, you don't have to drive across the city. You don't have to spend money on a meal or, various things, time and financial resources that are saved. So my challenge to you is to think outside of the box. think of your Rotary Club this year. And if you're a club that meets on a weekly basis, you know, perhaps you might want to entertain, as we're able to physically associate again, continuing to have some virtual meetings. You know, I think a nice model for a Rotary Club would be to have 2 virtual meetings in a month, and then 2 physical meetings. One where it's a social, where we get together to be together in fun, and maybe one where we do a hands-on service project, something in our own community. The research tells us that we join Rotary and that we stay in Rotary because of social and because of service. And so when we ask people what they want from their experience in Rotary, those are the things that people are telling us that they want. And so we have to provide them. And that's another thing that I think we need to give serious reflection to when we bring new members into our organization. We need to ask them, what is it that they want out of this experience? And then we need to deliver on that promise. Because when someone feels engaged and that they feel heard, they're more likely to want to be a very valued part of being part of a Rotary Club. And so that's an important thing as we sort of scan our clubs right now and we take a look around. You know, one of the things that is important is, you know, your clubs that are meeting virtually, take a scan of your club to see who's not showing up. And, you know, maybe this is a really good time to make sure that we're engaging those folks outside of these meetings, just by picking up the phone and saying, how are you? And, you know, there's some people I think that might be intimidated by technology, that might need a little bit of assistance or a little bit of guidance. And it would be a wonderful gift for us to be able to give all of them, to be able to make sure that they're included in these kinds of forums. So we have a lot of opportunity. Rotary opens opportunity as we step into the next Rotary year. It's going to be a very different one. But you know what? As I said, change sometimes is good. Our cheese has been profoundly moved and we're going to adapt. Our ability to adapt is one of our strategic priorities for the organization that was introduced when Governor Jose was at the International Assembly this past January. And our ability to adapt, you know, expand our reach and increase our impact are 2 of the other priorities. And those ones are easy to sort of identify: increase our impact, expand our reach. Our ability to adapt was one where it was really kind of quite candidly framed more internally. You know, what are we going to do to try and change, you know, even from a corporate perspective? But man, has that changed overnight, because our ability to adapt is something that we are dealing with day to day, hour to hour in real time. And so, you know, I congratulate all of you for your efforts and what it is that you're doing to lead your clubs and your communities in making this change and being the plus. Our vision statement, which is the basis for these strategic priorities that I just spoke about, is a series of words that I want to share with you. And I think that these are absolutely profound words. Together, we see a world where people unite and take action to create lasting change across the globe, in our communities, and in ourselves. And those last couple of words, I dare say, I think are the most important. The lasting change within ourselves. Because we join Rotary as leaders, and we make leaders stronger leaders. It's the value that we get through our membership that is what we need to tell other people about. That's the value proposition of membership. You know, you become a stronger leader, perhaps better public speaking skills, event management, better governance in board construction. There's so many things that we take away from this that can go directly into our vocational life. I know that my journey as a Rotarian has made me a better community leader. It has made me understand and developed my leadership ability beyond what I would have had if I not been part of a Rotary Club. And so that's a gift that I think we need to give to a lot of people. And, you know, as part of, yes, youth is a big part of that. And Rotaract, obviously, as you all know, we have made Rotaract now a much closer part of our Rotary family than ever. Rotaract and Rotary as one. And, you know, we talk a lot, particularly over the past 5 years, of wanting to bring in more younger members and more women into our organization. These have been benchmark goals by at least our past 5 international presidents. And, you know, sadly, there's been very negligible gains made on both of those fronts. But right now is the time for us to be able to focus on bringing younger members into our organization and offering that value proposition to them so that they understand how they can grow their leadership skills and become stronger in their vocational life as well, which is exactly what Rotary is all about. And, you know, I know we talk a lot about bringing young members into our organization, professionals under the age of 40. But, you know, President-elect Holger Knack, he has a saying, he said, there's no wrong age to be a Rotarian. And I think that that is so incredibly powerful to think about. And I like to frame it from the perspective that we need young thinkers in our organization, regardless of age. And, you know, I often say that, you know, have you asked the question, have you met a 25-year-old who's old? Have you met an 85-year-old who's young? Yeah, we have. It's about the way that we think. We need progressive thinkers in our organization, people who are willing to be the plus, be the yes. We need people to think in that kind of way. And so, yes, we need to bring in younger professionals, but we also do need to bring in Rotarians of every age, because we all bring something different at each stage in our life. As young professionals, perhaps your ability to do hands-on service is maybe of the most value. Perhaps at a point in my life, maybe it's service and also additional resources, financial resources. You have an ambitious goal this year to donate $1 million to the Rotary Foundation. That takes people with financial resources. And so you need to look around and find people that fit into each of those categories at every step of their life. And, you know, sometimes some of our oldest members are still some of our most active. So we can never write anybody off. And the last thought I want to share with you right now is that, you know, as much as we talk about change, that this is important for the vitality and the future of our organization. One thing that we have to maintain is that as we offer change, we also have certain things that don't change. And those are things like our core values and the 4-way test, our core values of service, diversity, fellowship, leadership, integrity. We don't remove those. That is our DNA. That is who we are as Rotarians. And so we can become more progressive. We can do things outside of the box. I like to think that right now we have a chance to break the box up and put it back together again. Not together as it's going to be meaningful for us in our Rotary clubs. So I guess I'll sort of end here, and I know that Sunil is going to come on to lead us through some questions, and I would welcome to hear from any of you who have something that you'd like to talk about. And perhaps, Sunil, one of those questions could be about polio, because I have not touched on that, and I would love to be able to give a brief update about that as well. So thank you, and let me offer him back to come on to the screen. Well, while we're waiting for Sunil to come on, why don't I continue? I was just asking him to ask me about polio. Why don't I talk a little bit about that? And Sushil, why don't you jump in as soon as you're able to, as we have the connection, and then we can have the dialogue that we had planned. Oh, should I stop? There we go.
Thank you very much, madam. That was powerful, inspiring, motivational, amazing, incredible. I've been just informed that we've been joined by our guest of honor, Rotarian Yinka Babalola, RI Vice President. A warm welcome to him. Well, as always, a short interaction with our keynote speaker, and who else to lead this interaction? Our ever-smiling PDG, Sunil Zakaria. Over to Sunil for the interaction.
Thank you, Jennifer Jones, for being with us. For 3.5 years, we have been trying to get you here. In fact, we did try once. Technology then was not advanced as we have now. Even now, we have problems. We are actually going live from one of the very small hamlets of Kerala. Well, Jennifer, you have been talking about the polio plus, which is where we kind of interrupted your talk. Shall I take it from there? Jennifer, can you hear us? The audio of Jennifer is muted. Just a minute, we'll get the audio back.
Complete stage, Mari.
Can you please unmute Jennifer? Well, while we are waiting for the mic to be unmuted, let me tell you that Jennifer is indeed a superstar of Rotary. Having listened to her, you would now understand why captains and kings and common folks like both you and me have always looked up to Jennifer for inspiration. Yes, Jennifer, could you say something more about polio?
Yes, Sunil, thank you, and thank you for your kind words, and thank you for the invitation to be together. I'm glad that we finally have made this a reality. So this is very good. I also, before I comment on polio, want to give a shout out to my good friend, our Vice President Yinka Babalola, who has joined the call, and look forward to hearing his words in just a few moments. Yeah, I was gonna talk a little bit just about polio and what is going on right now. And this is a story, quite candidly, that I think we should be shouting from the rafters as Rotarians, is the fact that we have crafted and created over the past 30 years a public health infrastructure, and you know it better than anyone, that goes across more than 70 countries, that is populated with health professionals who are able to go out into the field to do our mass immunizations, to be able to do contact tracing, to do surveillance. Well, as COVID struck, one of the things that you may know is that our polio frontline workers had to do a pivot and have become COVID-19 frontline workers. And so, yes, we've had to take a bit of a pause in our immunization campaigns, but what we haven't paused in is our good work in surveillance and contact mapping, which is critical at this point in time for addressing and identifying where hotspots continue to remain. Now, this is a legacy that we have to be enormously proud of, particularly India, Africa, Asia, where most of these offices currently reside, and supporting countries that are no longer endemic, like India. And we know that we have 3 endemic countries left, and as of August, we are coming up on the 4th year without Nigeria having a case. And that means with certification, which is imminent to take them off of the endemic list, that means not only will Nigeria be polio free, and that means that the entire African continent will be polio free. And I'm sure that my good friend Yinka will reflect upon that as well, because that is a celebration that all of us need to be very excited about that's going to happen soon. So we do have work that still continues and remains in Pakistan and Afghanistan. And, you know, we had to take this pause, but we do know that conversations are ongoing and that we've made a promise. We have made a commitment to eradicating this disease, and we're in it to win it. And we will get across the finish line. It may take us now just a little bit longer, but we're going to do that. And we're going to ensure that every child receives those 2 precious drops. So I hope that that's something that you'll share with people that are not Rotarians about the kind of impact that we have had, that each of us individually, regardless of how big or small our actions or activities have been to support polio, we are all part of something that is so much bigger than ourselves, that we have been part of crafting history. And that is a story that I think we need to share.
Yes, we are all making history in this Polio Plus program, and we realize that no child is safe until all children are safe. And particularly in a country like India, it's very easy for virus to come back to India. You have also spoken about how COVID has changed the world. Perhaps the history of the world could be written before COVID and after COVID. What would be the trust, as trustee of the Rotary Foundation, what do you think would be the changes that Rotarians can look forward in the next year, in the post-COVID days?
Yes, no, it's a great question, Sunil. And I think one of the things that when I talk about change, as I did for a few minutes, when I talk about change, one of the things that we have seen from a trustee perspective is our ability as a board, not only with the board of trustees, and Vice President Yinka can talk about this on the call later, but of the RI board as well. We talk about being flexible, being nimble. We've wanted to be that way as an organization, but COVID has actually helped us along in order to become nimble and to become more relevant. And let me give you an example of that. So as soon as COVID struck and we went into lockdown across the globe, the Rotary trustees were scheduled to meet about a month and a half later. That was when the meeting was scheduled to be. And so we realized very quickly that we needed to act then, not a month and a half later. We needed to act in real time. And so the executive got together quickly, and the board met, and we were able to approve putting $1 million from the World Fund into the Disaster Response Fund, and creating $25,000 disaster response grants for Rotary districts to be able to take advantage of. And so that was a decision that happened within days. And that $1 million went into the fund, and applications came in. They were looked at, approved, turned around, and money in the hands of Rotarians on the front line in less than 5 business days. That is not normal or par for the course within our organization. So our ability to adapt and move more quickly, I think, is something that is here to stay. You know, we also then moved very quickly to putting additional funds in, and those funds have now gone into the field. But I'll tell you one other thing. You know, we as a board of trustees, for example, we currently meet we meet 4 times a year, quarterly. And so right now, our chair-elect, Ravi Ravindran from Sri Lanka, who is a good friend to so many on this call, he has already instituted a different schedule. We'll be meeting monthly, and we'll be meeting virtually. Yes, it's important for us to be able to be together so that we can take decisions with an abundance of good dialogue, and you know, being able to be in person. Sometimes a lot of that is a different kind of conversation. But right now, we're taking full advantage of this virtual platform that we have and the technology that is at our fingertips to make sure that we are being as relevant, as quick, and as expeditious as possible in making sure that we are ready for Rotarians to be the people of action that we all know we are.
We have ourselves seen the speed at which the global grants have been approved in less than a day. And we have been beneficiaries of the global grant and the disaster relief grants. The trustees and the staff need to be congratulated for this. The
Well,
new changes regarding global grants, that cash contributions will not be matched by the Rotary Foundation. Would that mean lesser number of global grants for all the clubs? What is in store for Rotary clubs which cannot have enough DDF?
Sure, thank you. That's another very good question, a very relevant question right now. And I want to congratulate your district because I know that you have more than 50 global grants that are ongoing right now, and that is incredibly powerful. And I certainly know that that is, I don't know if there's a district I know of right now that has more grants going. There may be, but not that I know of off the top of my head. So I salute you for the good work that you're doing. The cash match that you just referred to, Sunil, was a change that was taken just a couple of weeks ago. And let me just sort of back up, if I can, to maybe January. And at that point in time at our board meeting in San Diego, when we were all at the International Assembly, and even well prior to that, we were talking about the pressure right now on the World Fund. A lot of competing interests for the dollars that are in the World Fund. And so we also know that there was already an environment of, okay, pressure on the World Fund. What, we're going to have to look at doing some things differently. What is that? And then you start to look at the landscape over the past couple of years. In 2016, when we had the centennial of the Rotary Foundation, it was a banner year for the Rotary Foundation, and consequently, we had in excess of $42 million, well, invested, as you know, for 3 years. And so we had $42 million this year to spend to put toward global grants. Well, in the subsequent years that followed that, the donations to the annual fund went down. And so consequently, we have fewer dollars to spend. So there's a whole bunch of different things that are kind of all happening at once. And then add on to it COVID breaking out and the incredible response rate to disaster response grants. Our grants went up over 33% like that, global grants and disaster grants, more than $20 million that we've been able to inject in and put into Rotarians' hands very quickly. So yes, we needed to look at what can we do, perhaps in the short term, to alleviate some of this pressure. And so one of the things our finance committee, which is comprised of Rotarians who studied this issue very deeply and very hard, they had a list of about 13 different things for us to look at, options. And this was the one that a very difficult, a very challenging decision that we made. Now, one of the things I will remind you is that the cash match, one of the issues with that is that, yes, it's valuable to be able to get money from a donor or from a club or from a district, that cash, but it doesn't go through the Rotary Foundation, and we don't have that 3-year window to invest it and to amplify those funds. And so it's important now more than ever for us to make sure that we're supporting the annual fund in as profound a way as possible, because it affects the way we're able to spend in 3 years' time. And so we have ambitious goals. Chair-elect Ravi has set a total comprehensive fundraising campaign of $410 million for next year. It's going to be a challenge, considering the times that we're in. But you know what? I also know that we have it in us to do it, and I believe that we will hit that goal. I do believe that we will. So yes, it's a challenging change, but I think that perhaps in the future, when our financial base strengthens, that we can look at perhaps reintegrating it back in.
Thank you, Jennifer, for appreciating our district for what we do in DD, global grants. the district governor, Madhav Chandran, and our DRFC, Jay Shankar, and all our Rotary clubs have to be appreciated for what they do. You are a world-renowned media specialist. What do you advise our district officers on building the Rotary brand locally here in south of India?
That's a great question. So as you look at the stage that you're standing on and the graphics that fly by, you see the Rotary signature, you see the beautiful modern brand graphics that are being used. It is very important that all of our clubs understand that the new brand is something that we want to make sure that everyone is using, and all of the, whether it's a media release or a TV commercial that you put out or a video, that we're using the Rotary tools that are located in the brand center to make sure that we all look very current. And one of the most important reasons for this is that when we look the same, when we sound the same, when we feel the same, Rotary Club to Rotary Club, that we amplify our brand capacity. That, you know, you think of it this way: if every McDonald's in the world looked differently, they wouldn't be very strong, would they? No. So we need Rotary clubs to be singing off the same song sheet, if you will. And so putting together, you know, making sure that our brand is current and adheres to our current Rotary brand guidelines is fundamental in making sure that we all look and sound good.
One last question, since we are running out of time.
Yes.
Jennifer, how would you define diversity in Rotary?
Diversity in Rotary, you know, it's a very interesting question. I like to think about diversity in particular a couple of different ways, but primarily from diversity of thought. I think that this is probably, for me, the most important way of looking at diversity. That we need diverse perspectives in order to solve the world's most pressing challenges. And so we can't have everyone who thinks the same way making the decisions. We need to be able to challenge each other. We need to look at things differently. And if you think of diverse perspectives, that means that we need people from, you know, we need men and women. That's the gender part of diversity. We need people from different cultures and countries. That's the diverse part of our organization. Because we have over 200 countries and geographical areas, just by virtue of being part of the entire globe, we're diverse. But it's that diverse way of thinking that is the strength of our organization. And so I think that is something that, you know, we have that's unique. You know, governments can't even claim this kind of diversity that we have. This diverse perspective that we have. And so I think that is a way for Rotary to celebrate diversity at the highest level, and to understand that we have the capacity to be diverse and open and inclusive of thought, with the end result being that we are people of action and being able to make change, positive change in our world every day, every hour, every week, and every month.
That was certainly an insightful definition of diversity. Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you very much for joining us this morning. It's quite difficult for you to join at this time. I'm so sorry I woke you up at the wrong time this morning. Many, many thanks on behalf of Rotary District 3201.
Thank you, Sunil. And thank you, everyone. I wish you the best with the rest of your district assembly, and look forward to hearing from Yinka.
Thank you very much, Sunil, and thank you very much, Jennifer. That was indeed a very, very interesting interaction, and a lot of ideas would have probably gone across to the district officers who are going to take up the post next year. Well, we go on to the next segment, and that is an equally prominent and interesting segment. We have an equally prominent, powerful speaker, current Vice President, Rotary International, Yinka Babalola from Nigeria. We have PDG Dr. Ajay Kumar to introduce this eminent Rotary leader. May I request Sunil to please come on stage? Yeah, and okay, Dr. Ajay. We have Dr. Ajay.
Good evening, friends. Am I audible? Am I audible? Hello? 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 Am I audible?
Yeah, now you're audible. Yes, yes.
Am I audible, Ramesh?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Good evening, friends. It gives me immense pleasure and pride to introduce to you our RI Vice President of 2019-20, Rotarian Yinka Babalola. An engineer by profession, he is a member of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, a fellow of the Nigerian Institute of Safety Professionals. He is a safety management auditor and worked for Shell Oil for 24 years. He is a lead coach and facilitator at Lead and Change Consultancy, and also chairs the board of the Rivera Technical Service Limited, an oil and gas infrastructure delivery outfit. He joined Rotary as a Rotarian, a Rotaractor in the year 1983, and then metamorphosed into a Rotarian in the year 1993 as a member of the Rotary Club of Trans Amadi, Port Harcourt, District 9141, Nigeria. President in the year 2002-2003, he won the Global Quest Award for the highest percentage of net membership growth worldwide. As a Rotary District Governor, he raised over $1 million for the Rotary Foundation and was one of the 3 top performing districts in the world. He is a director of the Safe Blood Africa project, which is a multi-district Rotary initiative to make safe blood available in Nigeria and Africa. He is a faculty and foundation registrar of the Nigerian division of the Rotary Leadership Foundation or Institute. He is on the board of the RI as a director from 2018 to 20 and currently its vice president. Rotarian Yinka is also the vice chair Rotary and End Polio Now Countdown Committee, and also a member of various boards like RI Board Executive Committee, Membership Committee, member of the Joint RI and TRF Committee on Partnership, member of the Elevate Rotaract Committee, and member of the RI Committee Selection Task Force. He has also served as member of the RI Administration Committee and RI Awards Committee. Needless to say, he has also been an ARC, an End Polio Zone Coordinator, Rotary International Reach Out to Africa, the ROTA, Water and Sanitation Coordinator, Nigeria National Polio Plus Committee, an RRFC, Environment and Major Gift Advisor, International Training Assembly Leader, Training Leader, Guest Leader, as well as RI President representative on various occasions. Rotary Yinka has been given various awards. Rotary Service Above Self Award, the four Avenues of Service Citation, Club Builders Award, Rotary Foundation Citation for Meritorious Services. He is an AKS member and a Rotary Foundation benefactor. Percy, his spouse, is an attorney and a member of the Rotary Club of Port Harcourt East. A couple are blessed with children. But my dear friends, it is my proud privilege to introduce to you and give you our Vice President of the year 2019-20, Yanka Babalola. Welcome, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, past District Governor Ajay Kumar. Our guest of honor is from Nigeria, and it would be therefore our honor to play the national anthem of Nigeria before we get to hear him. Please rise for the national anthem of Nigeria.
Nigeria's come of age to serve our fatherland with love and strength and faith. Don't let our heart don't let our will be one nation
Thank you. Thank you very much, my dear friends and fellow Rotarians. Good evening to you. Let me first salute our district governor and district governor-elect, Madam and Joseph, and congratulate you for the leadership you have provided our district up till this moment. Let me also salute our Rotarians of District 3201 for your dedication to Rotary, for the wonderful things you've done and you are doing and will continue to do for our communities. And of course, I want to say a big thank you to my friend, PDG Sunil, for also inviting me to be part of this event. I salute you all, my dear friends. And isn't it wonderful that technology has allowed us to be able to join you from every part of the world? You see, I'm zooming into India from Nigeria, and I saw my sister Jennifer has zoomed into India from the USA also. You see, this zoom in and zoom out is becoming very, very exciting, as it were. Fellow Rotarians, I will share my slide, and unfortunately, should I say, okay, good. I can see this share screen now. Okay, the host has disabled me from sharing the screen. Please, can you just enable so that I can go on? You know, when I thought about what to talk about this evening, a few things occurred to me. But at the end of the day, I ended up with a few set of questions. So what does that mean? It means my topic today, or my purpose today, is just to ask you a few set of questions. And I'm hoping that these questions I will be asking you, some you may find answers to, some there may be no answers, you may need to find answers yourself, but it will attempt to pull us as business and professional people to pull us in that element of ours when we are in our businesses and professions that we tend to leave behind when we get into Rotary, to get us thinking in that same light as we run our Rotary clubs. So it's just about a set of questions. The first question is, why are you here? And of course, please feel free to type things in the chat room about why you think you are here. Why are you at this event in the first instance? Why are you here? I'm just waiting to see a few responses in the chat room. And I know we have a lot of people on call. And I can see some answers coming in. I'm here to meet Rotarians, as it were, to become refined and responsible Rotarians, to learn more and to take charge and to lead, to serve humanity, to connect, to serve people. For friendship and fellowship, for friendship and service, to learn and serve, to be a true Rotarian. I'm here because I'm selected as an office bearer, and that is interesting response. You know, my dear friends, many reasons you have put in there while you are there, and your reasons are right. But you see, I want to believe that the reason the district governor-elect has invited you here is mainly to achieve two things. One, to rally you around our vision statement so that we can inform the ignorant and remind the informed of what the vision of this organization is, and to rally everybody around that vision. And also, like Jennifer mentioned, to also connect you and rally you around our strategic priorities, as mentioned by Jennifer. To get you to have the energy, the excitement to want to increase our impact, to expand our reach, to increase our ability to adapt, and to enhance our participants' engagement. And of course, to enable you to lead and make all of this happen. But you see, I ask you to look at this image, and some of you may have seen this before. What do you really see here? What do you see? Do you just see some white snow somewhere? Do you just see some ocean? What do you see? And it's what you are looking at. Does it make any, are you able to make any interpretation out of it, out of what you are looking at now? You see, in there, you can actually see 3 horses pulling one of those snow sleighs, I will call it. And you know, I'm from a part of the world where we don't have snow. In fact, the coldest place, the nearest place you will find ice where I come from is in the refrigerator. But you can see that gentleman behind that the horses are pulling. But you know, somebody once submitted that the situation we have is this, that the horse at the center is the current club president, pulling and pulling and pulling with a lot of energy. And that the horse by your right is the president-elect. He's not actually very concerned. He's simply just saying, I'm not here until 1st of July. This is this guy's business. You know, so he's just minding his own business one way or the other, who is just completely distracted. You know, the year is just so far away for the president nominee, or for the officers designate, as it were. And one of the reasons the district governor and the governor-elect have brought you here is to align everybody so we all face the same direction. Because even if you are not a president-elect or president nominee as of today, if you're a club officer in your club, you're probably a president nominee in waiting. So to pull everybody's focus in one direction so that all our energy delivers what we want and nothing is wasted. One other reason I believe the district governor and governor-elect have invited you here is that they want that at the end of 2020-21, we do not have a situation like this. That we do not have the assistant governors and district officers or the club committee chairs standing, looking, and on the floor, exhausted, fainted, is the district governor or the club president. That's also part of the reason they've invited you. They want to make sure that by 30th June 2021, what we have is a group of people, a group of Rotarians, club leaders, district leaders, celebrating our achievements. Happy. They may have been exhausted or tired from doing a lot of work, but they have excitement around them. They are happy that they have made our world a better one, that they have impacted our world, that they have enhanced our reach, that they have increased our ability to adapt, and that all our participants are happy. That is why the governor and the governor-elect have invited you to this place. My next question is this, particularly to the assistant governors and the district officers. Yes, you're in that position because the DGE, Jose, has appointed you into a position. Is that what qualifies you to lead people? Why should anyone be led by you? What do you bring to the table? What is your pedigree? In what way are you able to improve things? Can you add value? Or are you just there just because the governor-elect says, I give you this position? Ask yourself that question. What qualifies you to really lead people? If you take that label of that designation away from you, will you be empty? Or will the clubs you are supposed to be leading as assistant governor find value in you? That in fact, if the governor were to say, I'm tired of this thing called assistant governors, 3 months into the year, he says, I don't need assistant governors anymore for the year, and he removes everybody. Will your clubs still be coming to you? Would they be saying, AG, we know the governor said there are no more assistant governors, but we need your help in this. Why should anybody be led by you? If you're a club president, this is my question for you. What is your business being a president? So you are going to be a president. So what? What's your business being a president? What will it matter to your club if you don't become the president? Will it not matter? Will the club have some regrets? Will they miss you? I submit that your business is to make or keep your club vibrant. If your club is vibrant, please keep it so and make it better. If it is not, make it vibrant. That is your club. That is your business. And you see, you will be taking over 1st of July. And I have normally asked my incoming officers, if you were to get an announcement from the President of India, making you the CEO of the Indian Airways, for example, what will you be doing now? What will you be doing? If this Rotary were a business, as the president-elect, the CEO will take office on the 1st of July, what will you be doing? Let me share with you a few things, because my question is, you probably will be studying and finding out about the business, but the question, do you understand what that business is? I share with you this text, and I love it a lot. This is from a political office holder in Nigeria. And he says, when I assumed office with my team, we inherited a relatively stable state. We took over a state with an impressive network of roads, blah, blah, blah. We also inherited a state that had no landmark infrastructure. And he says, my team and I inherited a state with an average ambition. But through a strategic refocusing and commitment to excellence, we will reposition it among Nigeria's leading states. For me, I can see statements of his understanding of his assets and his liabilities, his strengths and his weaknesses, of the organization, the company, the business he is about to inherit. The question is, for you as an incoming assistant governor, a district officer, a club president, do you know your club's assets and liabilities? Like you would do for any business if you are taking over from one. Do you know the strengths? Do you know the weaknesses? Do you even know where to find them? If you are appointed to be the CEO of a business, do you even Wouldn't you want to go and check what the balance sheet is like? Go and check previous reports of performance, so you can actually set your own aspirations and set the direction you want to take the organization. Do you know that? Do you know where to find them? As a president-elect, as a assistant governor-elect, have you actually gone into my Rotary? If you're an assistant that are assigned to you, and find out their history and performance. If you're a president-elect, have you done the same? Have you tried to find out what is it you are inheriting? If you haven't, I encourage you to go into my Rotary. There's a lot of data in there that you are going to find that will show the previous performance of this club, that will show you where the club has been doing well, where the club has been fluttering of recent, and to signpost you to where you need to focus your attention. I said, do you understand the business? Like the gentleman, the political fellow we talked about earlier, do you understand your current reality? If I ask you as a president-elect, what were your club's contribution to the Rotary Foundation over the last 5 years? Do you have a clue? What of your engagement hours? Do you have that information? Do you know what it is you need to do to move from 1st of July 2020 to 30th June 2021? Because whether you like it or not, that day will come. And please go and check your diary. You all have all these iPhones and smartphones now. And check what day is 30th of June 2021. That day will come, and it will come very quickly. And whether you like it or not, you must leave. This is another question for you. If Rotary were a business, because every business that is going to make money must have something it sells. So if Rotary were a business, what does your Rotary Club sell? What does your Rotary Club have to offer anybody? Do you know exactly what it is? What do you offer? How do you make money? Look at our object of Rotary. We talked about development of acquaintance as opportunity for service. Are we prepared to make this happen for those who join us? To provide them acquaintance as an opportunity for service? Or is it that when they come, they see something different? High ethical standards in business and professions, and each Rotarian's occupation as an opportunity to serve society. Is that what we offer? These are our guiding principles. Application of ideal of service in each Rotarian's personal, business, and community life. In fact, if our Rotary clubs deliver on the Rotary promise, if we deliver the Rotary experience, for every Rotarian, Rotary should be an ethical reminder that anytime you want to do something that doesn't look right, you will remember your pain and say, no. Is that what happens when people join us? Or when they join us, they find a lot of unethical practices. Look at our core values. Fellowship, friendship. When people join us, this is what we offer. Friendship and fellowship. When they come, what do they find? Do they find acrimony? Ethics and integrity. We say we honor our commitments. What do our members feel now? Do they have that sense that we actually honor our commitments within the club? We talked about diversity. Do we tolerate other views? This is not just about gender and race. It's also about thought, like Jennifer mentioned. And then we say we apply our leadership and expertise to solve social issues. We shall give every of our members and anybody who joins us an opportunity to use his vocational skills to improve his community. Do we do that? Or do people come to our Rotary in, out, every week, and we just sing song, have a nice meal, have some drink, depending on what your club does, and they go? The question is, do we, as Rotary clubs deliver on the experience that we promise? Do we have a segment for our product or services, typically like you would do for every business? Or is our Rotary for everybody? Say, what is our market segment for this product or services? If you know the business, do you know your customers? If you know what you offer, do you know your customers? Are you able to meet the needs of your customers? Because like any other business, if your customers are unhappy, what do? They walk away. So the big question is, now we know what the business is, we know what we are supposed to be offering. Are we offering it? Our current customers, are they satisfied? Do you know, as a president-elect, have you done the membership satisfaction survey? Are you treating your members, your number one customers, the way you would treat customers in your business? Or are you treating them like shit? If that is what you are doing, they will do like what any other customer would do. If you don't deliver the experience you promise, your customers will walk away. We are going into a new year. And the question is, how will you help Rotary open opportunities as a leader of the club? As a district officer, as an assistant governor, how will you make this happen? This is what President-elect Oga Kenak has asked us to do next year. I come to this other statement from that same gentleman. He said, I came prepared. I assumed office with clearly defined vision and mission. We also came with an economic blueprint. We are armed with, and with a realistic economic blueprint, we had our job cut out for us. As of today, do you feel like this? Are you prepared? Are you prepared? It's just about, I think, 14, 15 days to 1st of July. Are you prepared? Where is your blueprint for that business that you are going to run? If you are going to be chief executive of business on the 1st of July, I have a few suggestions. Big item tickets, as I will call it generally, or emotional issues, I will call it. We have to open, Rotary opens opportunities, so President-elect Olga Kenak told us. And I'm asking our leaders to be that opportunity janitor, that we can open that door for everybody who is seeking those opportunities. As our current members, as our potential members. That will go from 1st of July 2020 to 30th of June 2021. If you are going to make that leap, you need to be helping our ability to adapt, enhance participants' engagement. And I want to make a suggestion to presidents-elect. If you've made your plans, what we used to call plans and objectives for next year, I suggest that you try and put them, classify them under these 4 priorities. This particular activity, what is it doing? Is it helping to increase our impact, increase our ability to adapt? Or is it helping to enhance our participants' engagement? If you cannot squeeze it into any of these 4, I encourage you to throw it into the dustbin, no matter how exciting, how exotic it sounds. Inspire your club to be the best they have ever been. In fact, if you're a president-elect, go and check the record on my Rotary for the last 5 years and ask yourself, where are these key performance indicators? And set yourself targets that are a little bit better than the best that has happened over the last 5 years. So if over the last 5 years, the best your club has raised for Rotary Foundation is 25,000, you work hard and raise 26 minimum. If the net membership increase in your club over the last 5 years, the best over the last 5 years is an increase of 5. Target an increase of 6. Deliver and finish your year better than the last 5 years have been. Elevate your game and inspire the future. We need you to lead, to act, and help Rotary open opportunities. Let me round up, my dear friends, by leaving some thoughts with you with regard to COVID, because I imagine that as I'm talking now, some of you are saying, oh, he's asking us to do this, but you know, there is COVID, the economies are bad, many things are happening, we can't even do things. I know you are thinking that, but you see, big problem, big opportunities. Says some you. In the midst of chaos, there is opportunity. And all we need is to innovate.
Yeah,
Please, let us take care of our current members and pay attention to 3 years. Our data has shown that they are the people most likely to leave. If you're not seeing them at your Zoom meetings now, just like President Mafaloni said, those, when you do your Zoom meetings, check the participant list, and that the important people are not the ones on that list. They are the ones that are not there. Please check out and find them out and find out what is happening with them. This chart has been out in several formats, in several financial magazines, talking about potential gainers and potential losers as a result of COVID. What do you see when you see this chart? There are opportunities in here. Do we even have a means as a Rotary Club to connect those with opportunities to those who may be in distress at this moment in time as a benefit of our membership? Are we also asking ourselves, among these potential winners, who are they? Where are these companies that are thriving? And are we looking for members within those classifications? And let me end with the story of this boutique. This boutique, on its first day of opening in China, made $2.7 million in one day. My dear friends, do you think that what happened to this business is that when government said shut down, they simply went home, folded their hands, started drinking some tea, maybe complaining, and waiting for when government will say open? And that when government said open, they opened. Do you think that's how they made 2.7 million? I suggest to you that what this business did was that when they were asked to shut down, they shut down. But rather than fold their arms and waiting for what will happen, they were asking themselves, what will our customers need the very first day they are allowed to go out? And they went ahead and stocked their shelves with those items. And when that day came, customers went in there and found what they needed, and they spent money. So for us as a Rotary Club also, what will it be like? Will our story be those of advantage, like this company? Or will it be those of woe? Opportunity wears a mask called adversity, but it's only those who unveil that mask that are rewarded with disadvantage. Every crisis has its own heroes. From amongst those of you listening to me today, who will lead our organization into the new year, we are seeking heroes. Those of you who will never let a good crisis go to waste. Those of you who will make our clubs, our membership stronger and better, despite the challenges that are around. Who will unveil the mask of adversity and take the opportunity that is in there. And finally, let me leave you with this message from our founder. Whatever Rotary may mean to us, to the world, it will be known by the results that it achieves. I want to thank you, District Governor, for your leadership throughout this crisis period and for helping our organization to adapt. That we're having this conference this way is an indication that you led us properly. And my dear friend, for those of you that will lead us from 1st of July, if you lead well, then the future of Rotary is bright and promising. Limits begin where vision ends. I encourage you Visualize success and grant yourself permission to succeed. Nobody else will grant you that permission. The success of your club is in your hands. No organization thrives beyond the aspiration of its leadership. We are business and professional people. We know what to do. We are business solvers. We are problem solvers. I'm simply asking us through these questions to bring our business acumen, our professional acumen into the way we govern and run our Rotary clubs. I know you can do it. And I ask you, now go do it. Thank you very much for allowing me to share this time with you.
Thank you very much, Yinka Babalola, for the thought-provoking address. And as usual, we'll have a short interactive session which will be led by immediate past District Governor, Dr. A.V. Pati. Over to you, Dr. A.V. Pati, for the interactive session.
Thank you. Thank you, Jan Ramesh. Vice President Yinka, very nice meeting you again, and it's such a pleasure to have you here in our district. The last time I met you was at the 2018 San Diego International Assembly, and we shared the same table at the banquet. And very interestingly, there were three things that happened then, which I still follow. And one was you told me how very well that you got to give your district a fillip with $1 million in 2011-12. And I came and followed the same thing here, and we did $1 million last year with your advice. Thank you very much. And the second thing was we were so very enamored with your conviction of being a vegetarian. That is wonderful because, and I think your family is not so, but you still have the conviction to go ahead and do that. And it's really appreciative of your following your conviction. It's so good. And of course, you were the last to leave that day, being the host, and you were there with all etiquette, which I still deem it a great honor. And thank you very much then and now too. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Excellent and structured so very well, starting from quest to how do you find the focus and go on. And you just clearly laid out the plans for our president secretaries and the district offices. Wonderful, sir. I just have three questions, and probably the first one is 9141, the district that you are from, and you had said that I was listening to one of your videos earlier, and it says you have 4 fastest growing districts in the world as far as the Rotary world is concerned, and this is one of the prime things that you have instigated, and it is going. Can you please tell the magic of how this happened? And you have close to 3% of the world Rotarians in your district. That's a great thing. Can you share this magic?
Yes, thank you very much. I think just like we discussed today, it is important that people understand what our vision is. That leaders don't just dissipate their energy on things that are not going to contribute to the bottom line. It is true that 4 of our districts are in the top 10 of the fastest growing districts in the Rotary world. And our zone 22, is a lead zone as at end of May. Over the last 4 or 5 years, we've been talking about something we call the Vision for Africa. And you see, it has taken time for people to connect with that vision. And every opportunity you share that vision with them, which was why for today's presentation, when I asked, why are you here? The main reason you are here is to connect with that overall vision of Rotary. So I think what has worked for us is that many of our leaders, in fact, our top performing districts, if you were to talk to their district governors, they know about that vision. They understand the components of that vision that is meant to be delivered by their own districts, and they are going behind it. I think that is what I would want to say. And of course, you know, when you have great leaders also, getting people buy into a vision becomes easier, you know. And like somebody said, if you are leading and nobody is following, you are simply taking a walk.
Thank you. Thank you, Vikas. And the second one I wanted to ask you was Nigeria is now polio free and 3 years. And it's been wonderful. Your work there at Nigeria, the Rotarians really turmoil to work this out. And it's been there, the August 21st, 2019 was declared so. And this is a time that we need to watch about next 2 years to 3 years that it doesn't come back, and also need to really follow it up just like we do it in India. But at the COVID time now, or this kind of a pandemic, how do you think we could justify doing something for polio also, sir?
First is that Nigeria is going to be polio free, but you see, it is the whole of the African continent that is going to be polio free also. And my fellow Rotarians, I know those of you from India have experienced this emotion many years back. For us as Africans, that emotion is building for us. For that day when there will be a formal announcement that polio is gone. In fact, I imagine that I will wake up one morning, it will be on the news, and I will do something like this. Hey, we did it. You know? Yes, it has taken long, but it has happened. Am I particularly worried about COVID being such a distraction? I'm concerned from a fundraising point of view. But you see, Rotarians, like I said, we are problem solvers. If you look at the issue of COVID, many of the things required to address COVID can be found within our areas of focus. Rotary's area of focus. Disease prevention and treatment is part of our area of focus. So Rotarians are simply being required now to do a little bit more because it is now an emergency. And you know what? Like Jennifer mentioned earlier, the polio infrastructure is what is being deployed to fight COVID. Things like the contact tracing. In fact, the WHO and UNICEF people that have been deployed in our various countries to handle the COVID issues were those that have been trained for the polio issues. And as Rotarians, we can be proud because most of the money we give goes to WHO and UNICEF. And we are saying that the people we have spent our money on, the infrastructure we have spent our money on, have been deployed for COVID. The good thing with that is, so long as we remain connected with that process, as soon as we're able to go out, the community will still recognize us. They knew we were there and something happened, and we did not abandon them. And so when we come back, we'll be seen as people who can be trusted. It is the reason why many Rotary clubs have been encouraged to still go out and engage with our communities and do so even within the areas of focus. But there's nothing required for COVID that is outside Rotary's areas of focus.
That's nice, sir. Staying connected and keeping it going. I understand. I'm sure it's going to be possible to do that. The last board meeting that you had, sir, and there was the discussion of the Rotaract, I'm sure, and it has come up. I'm very happy that Rotaract is in power, and you being a Rotaractor yourself in 1983, and I'm sure, and me one too, I'm sure it's going to be a great thing for Rotaract to be in power with the Rotarians. There is something that I noticed that the awards for the Rotaractors, the Service Above Self Award or any of the likes, are also the same that is going to be constituted for a Rotaractor as well as the Rotarians. As you know, this is the coveted award for a Rotarian, which takes years of work, or would say probably the recognition is very, very big. So I don't know like how this kind of thing got justified. Can you share that with us, sir?
Yes, I can.
Yeah.
You see, we must go away from the assumption that you need age for you to make an impact.
Okay.
I mean, let us look at the technology world, for example, and look at the owner of Facebook. How old is he? If he is focused on being on service, on helping humanity, he can do that even better than somebody who is 65 or 70. The way we see our young professionals, they have the capacity to impact. In fact, I think last year I was on the World Water Day, I was at a water summit. I can't immediately remember the name of the organization in my head now. They are young people who are fundraising and doing a lot about sanitation and hygiene. I looked through the whole group. I didn't see anybody that was above the age of 35. Will it mean that Rotaractors will get the Service Above Self Award for free? I mean, for cheap? That's not going to happen. The criteria has not changed. But we're saying, if you find a young person who has elevated himself and used his Rotaract connection, his Rotaract network, his Rotary network actually, and is able to do something brilliant, we cannot, because it's not a Rotarian, deprive him of such a recognition. I think that would be unfair. That would not be inclusive.
Yeah. Thank you.
And that is the basis for which the board has taken that decision.
Sure, very well said, sir. Very well said. Thank you. There's one last one I just want to ask you. This is at the time of this kind of a situation that we're all, the grieving situation that we're going through. As a Rotarian, like you get up in the morning, you want to do something, and but you do not know what to do as a Rotarian. So what would be your message for a Rotarian or a Rotaractor that to connect to the world or be a part of the community at this point in time?
Let me start from what I want our leaders to do. You see, if you look at our strategic priorities, if you look at our vision statement, if you look at our guiding principles, the object of Rotary, like I shared with you, our core values, there is none of these things that is directly tied to being able to move around. Being able to move around was just a means of accomplishing it. I know it is in our DNA as Rotarians to want to connect and connect physically. But you see, I am certain when the history of this pandemic is written, it will be shown that we're one of those groups that connected the more. Look at what is happening now. There is no way I would have been able to accept this invitation for this meeting if I had to travel in person. There would have been conflicts on the agenda. So we're saying we will need to connect, but we'll be connecting in a different way. We'll still keep in touch. And that's why we said, if you are doing any of these virtual connections and you are not seeing people, please reach out to them and find out what is happening. That is the first thing for leaders. And for those of us we call friends, we need to do that. Secondly, there are many things we can do now to be useful also, even where they said you cannot go out. Let's look at our disaster response fund, for example. You can make your donations even from your bedroom. You don't need to go anywhere to be useful to do that. You know, you can still fundraise and get money available to where it can do good. And in many of our countries, there are things we can still do. We are not allowed to gather in large numbers, yes, but in small groups we gather. And even for this event as it is, I'm sure there's a small group gathered somewhere doing this. We shall leverage that opportunity and do a lot. I think if our leaders are just alert to the fact that they owe our participants, our members, the experience of Rotary, that is their duty to prepare for us and deliver the Rotary experience to us, then all the conversations around leading people out will not happen. Rotarians will still be able to do things and still be able to contribute. I mean, for goodness sake, I can't go out. Just yesterday, I had a conversation with a group that is tagged the Rotaract for Peace. And I suggested to them, in this time that you cannot go out, why not visit the Rotary Peace Academy and run the course and upscale yourself. Rather than just watch TV, can you look at things that can develop you? So when you are ready to go out, like that business we discussed, your skills are better. You've retooled yourself and you are ready for service at a bigger level, as it were, at a stronger level, as it were.
Thank you, sir. That's a fantastic message for all of us here and for the Rotarians, what to look forward to every day in life. Thank you. Thank you very much. And this is one question from a Rotaractor, and she wants to know what is it that you can, what project can you do with maintaining social distance? Is there something that you can think of maintaining social distance and a project?
There are many things one can do. Many things one can do. And for Rotaractors in particular that are tech savvy.
Yeah.
Look, yesterday, a district had its conference and they had a gala dinner and it was virtual. And it was a concert and there was a musician that played and we're all dancing in our rooms. Imagine as a Rotaractor, you want to reach out, for example, to a homeless, a facility for the homeless or for the disadvantaged children. And all you do is to spend the money to provide resources like data and things like that, and you can organize things for them to stay in their homes and enjoy it. Isn't that wonderful? How about now that learning in many countries are difficult? I saw in the news the other day how India was signing an MOU with the Ministry of Education to provide e-learning. That is not happening in many places around the world. The privileged children are still having their education with e-learning. What of the underprivileged? You don't need to step out of your house to make that happen. Rotaractors, even Rotarians, can then start collaborating with the schools where they have interact clubs and say, look, let us help you set up your e-learning protocol.
Thank you.
And that way, we'll still impact our work.
Splendid, and it was great having you here, sir, and thank you very much. We really motivated all of us, and looking at you, I like how you motivated me last time in San Diego, I'm sure, right here, and this has made us possible, technology has made it possible for you to come here and address us, and thank you very much, and great going for this.
Thank you. Namaste.
Namaste. Thank you.
Well, that was immediate past District Governor Dr. A.V. Pati in conversation with our guest of honor. We now come to the end of the fag end of this program, and I would now request DGND Rajmohan Nair for his felicitations.
District Governor, can you hear me, Dr. Ramesh?
Hear you.
Yeah, District Governor Madhav Chandran, the man behind the show, District Governor-elect Jose Chaco and Rosemary, leaders from Rotary International, former RI Vice President and the present RI Vice President, trainer Baby Joseph, leaders from the district, club, and fellow Rotarians, a very good evening to you all. It's a great honor for me to be here and address you all in one platform. And also, I'm happy that you are all sitting at your own houses and taking part in this mega program, Dynamix Plus DOTS District Officers Training Seminar 2020. First of all, let me congratulate our incoming DG, my good friend Jose Chaco, and the entire team for arranging this program in a colorful manner, though we have some limitations to conduct the training seminar. Kudos to you, DGE. The new norm to interact with our team in this changing scenario has come into full swing. And moreover, I should congratulate all the incoming district officers for the year 2021. Friends, the current year's theme, Rotary Connects the World, resonates with us so well, as we have already connected with RI President-elect, RI directors in the same platform two weeks back during PETS. And now we have our former RI Vice President and the TRF trustee, Jennifer Jones, and the present Vice President, Inga Babalola. And this also coexists with the incoming RI team. Rotary opens opportunities, as all of you, my fellow leaders, is getting an opportunity to listen to these vibrant personalities and leaders. Lockdown might have locked us in many aspects, but it also opened us the opportunity to connect with the world even better. Opportunities are a culmination of the sacrifices that we make to achieve to our goals, the possibilities that we create for ourselves, which gives us the best chance to succeed. This also implies that once the opportunity does knock on our doors, we need to be ready to grab with both hands and make full use of it. Friends, this is an opportunity for the next 1 year and makes use of it to to serve our community. Our incoming governor selected you to lead and guide the clubs for a better tomorrow. That's the most important, my dear friend. That is most important, my dear friends. Rotary has given opportunity to serve the society and community by being the leader in that this movement deserves. Today, as mentioned, our RI Vice President Inga, why are you here? Together we see a world, and together we can serve the society, not as a present president, or not as a past president, or not as a president-elect, or not as a president nominee. We can serve together for the society. That is our motto. So friends, let us stay stronger and together to achieve the goals in the coming year. And let me take this opportunity to congratulate our district governor-elect, Jose Chaco, trainer Baby Joseph, chairman of DOTS, Dr. Elias Thomas, co-chair Dr. Balasubramaniam, secretary Aji Jose, and the entire team of Dynamix Plus for making this possible by adapting to everything that's happening around the world. Friends, once again, congratulations and wishing you all the very best for an year 2021. Thank you. Over to GN.
Thank you very much, DGND Rajmohan. I have with me none other than Governor-elect Jose Chaco and His Gracious Aunt Rosemary for the concluding remarks.
Thank you, Rotary International Vice President Rotary Babalola. It was highly motivational and inspiring address. Thank you so much for joining us on this occasion. Thank you, Dr. GN, for your wonderful performance. You did extremely well. Congratulations and thanks a lot. Let me thank Governor Madhav and the entire Council of Governors for the continued support. From the bottom of my heart, let me thank and congratulate the training team under the leadership of PDG Baby Joseph, PDG Sunil Sakaria, and the editorial board under the leadership of Dr. Mani and Dr. Vivekanandan. Let me thank the DOTS chair, Dr. Elias Thomas and Dr. Balasubramaniam. Appreciations to the technical support from Father Sobi and Professor Samson, Joby, Sebastian, and the entire staff of Marian College, Kuttikanam. Let me also congratulate Rotarian Chella for the entertainment program in the beginning. Let me also congratulate all the district officials for the active participation. Signing off for the time being. Let us meet again on the 28th of June for the district assembly. Let me invite my partner joins in inviting you to the district governor's installation ceremony on 4th of January 2020. Sorry, 4th of July. And let us begin all the activities on 1st of July itself. Let us observe yes day on 1st July. Thank you so much. Thank you and have a great evening.
Thank you, Governor-elect. In the very beginning, I had actually mentioned that we are coming to you live from Kuttikanam. It's been a very interesting experience, and we'd just like to show you a short video on the location, on the locale from where we are coming to you live. Over to the console for the short video, followed by an even shorter video on our sponsors, before we end with a vote of thanks.
Communication and Media Studies started functioning in the year 2017. We are proud for making our presence felt in the media industry within 3 years. Our academic orientation focused on producing media professionals who could work in any media platforms with confidence.
As we come to the end of this program, I would like to place on record our deep sense of gratitude to all the staff of Marian School of Communications and Media Management, particularly Professor Sampson, who was so instrumental in extending all sort of support to us. I know this program has been effective, impactful, and a success. Also to Jackson for their support. And finally, for the vote of thanks, may I request Dr. Balasubramaniam R.C. Pattambi, who's the co-chair of Dynamix Plus.
Good evening, dear friends. DOTS is just not a district officers training seminar, but a distinguished office seminar. It's indeed a very rare privilege for us to see and hear the great leaders of International Rotary. At the outset, let's thank our keynote speaker, Rotarian Jennifer Jones, former RA President and current trustee of Rotary Foundation. Madam, we are absolutely delighted with your presence and enlightened by your speech. Thank you for making our dreams come true to see you and hear you. As a double treat today, we're also lucky to have the presence of a stalwart and a versatile leader from Nigeria as our guest of honor, Dr. Inka Babalola, our RA Vice President. Sir, we really thank you for your lovely presentation and motivation. Rotarian Madhav Chandran, our loving DG, has taken our Rotary district to Himalayan peak. His presence and address has inspired us as ever. His achievements this year is astounding. Thanks for your presence, sir. Our DG Rotarian Jose Chaco has already created ripples in the Rotary circle by his immaculate planning for the next Rotary year. The Rotary opens opportunities. Thank you, sir, for your charming presence and guidance. Last year, when strategic planning was modified, increasing our ability to adapt was added as the fourth arm. Friends, we have our district trainer, PTG Rotarian Baby Joseph, a real blazing example of the same. In spite of all the hurdles, he has planned and executed all the training so far in a very informative, intelligent and indigenous manner. Thank you Rotarian Baby Sir for all your grand efforts. Our chairman of the event, Dr. Elias Thomas, is a person with a golden touch. His charming smile wins all hearts. He has taken all the efforts of finding this wonderful venue, hosting the leaders, and taking care of all the requirements to make this event a grand success. Hats off to you, dear Dr. Elias, and also a formal thank you. It's always been a pleasure having our PDGs at events. Thank you, dear respected PDGs, Rotarian Vinod Krishnan Kuti, Dr. Ajay Kumar, Dr. Pati, and B.R. Ajit for doing the honors. And we also thank you all the PDGs who have taken time out to participate in this event. The future of our district is always safe in the hands of our incoming veterans as leaders. We thank our beloved DGN, Rotarian Rajshekar, and DGND, Rotarian Rajmohan Nair, for their valuable presence and duties. We thank the district secretariat team led by the ever-reliable Rotarian E.M. Varghese and organizer par excellence Rotarian Joshi and a silent success man Rotarian Mohan Varghese in this conduct of this program. And of course, Rotarian Ajit Jose, Rotarian with a big physique and a bigger heart, has been wonderful secretary. Thank you Rotarian Ajit, the secretary of this program. Also our thanks to Neju for making this happen. The alchemists of the zones are the district directors because they turned the metal to gold with a secret potion. We thank the directors, Rotarian Maruti, Rotarian Emmy Thomas, Rotarian Mohan Kumar and Rotarian Balagopal for their stupendous efforts. A war is not won with the general alone. He has to have trusted and patriotic soldiers. Our DGs handpicked his team of AGs and GGs with a vision of great success as it is with our district always. We thank the AGs and GGs from the bottom of our heart for promoting these events. We thank the presidents of Rotary Club of Muatupura, Rotarian Dr. Anthony Palan, RC Angamali Greater, Rotarian Aji, and RC Patambi, Rotarian Girish Shankar, who in spite of this COVID situation offered all the cooperation in conduct of this event. We would like to thank the dynamic resource person from both ends of the district. One is Rotarian Chela, leading the pre-seminar session, and the other is our great G.N. Ramesh, who has become the darling of our district as an outstanding event anchor. At this point, we would also like to thank the editorial team led by our district trainer PDG Baby Sir, the dynamic Dr. V.R. Mani, and the knowledgeable Rotarian Major Vivekanandan for creating the DOTS manual, which is going to reach you soon. With everything said, and most important people are the delegates of today who participated to enhance and enrich their Rotary knowledge. Yes, friends, we bow ahead to the district officers and club members who have taken up the challenge to make a change in the world next year by attending this seminar. We also acknowledge and the presence of the current year leaders led by our beloved Rotarian Algiers Khalid and all the leaders, those who are over here and members. We would be really ungrateful if we do not thank the management and technical crew of Marian College Kutikanam for offering their IT service. Thank you very much. Let's together work for a better and healthier tomorrow. Have a good day, friend. Hail Rotary and its service to humanity. Good night and have a nice day. Thank you.
Much, Bala. That was a wonderful vote of thanks. Please do rise for our national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगल गाय नायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
May I now call on stage Governor-elect Jose Chaco, beloved trainer, Baby Joseph, the presentation party or the people who are behind this. There are many. I don't think I can call all of them. These people on either side of me represent the leads who have done so much to organize. There are so many people behind this show, and I'm so glad ultimately everything has come out as we had planned. Before I sign off, I'd like to place a special word of gratitude, appreciation for the motivation and the support provided by our District Governor, R. Madhav Chandran, and his team. And indeed, a continuity from this team to the next would be the ultimate dream for any Rotarian in District 3201. With these words, thanks a lot for being there. Thanks a lot for having me as a host for this evening. And on behalf of the presentation party, signing off, Dr. G. N. Ramesh. Bye.